Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Altcoin Era and this is your boy Ahmed, and today we're going to look into the crypto verse. There's a lot going on. Wait till the end, you're going to like it. So without further ado, let's begin. This is just getting ridiculous. Do they all plan this? Do the bears all plan this kind of stuff? I just don't understand. Bitcoin falls after US sends 240 million worth of Silk Road related BTC to Coinbase. So literally right now as we speak, they've sent 240 million worth of Bitcoin. BTC fell back towards 60,000 on Wednesday after a wallet tagged to the US government moved about 240 million worth of seized BTC to a Coinbase Prime address, igniting concerns among traders that the digital asset will likely be sold. Some 3,940 Bitcoin originally seized from the Silk Road vendor was moved by the wallet, according to Arkham Intelligence and social media posts. This BTC was originally seized from the narcotics trader Banmeet Singh and fortified at trial in January 2024. Here is the evidence, and this is BTC. 4 minutes ago at 5 o'clock on the 26th of January, it was moved to Coinbase Prime. It was deposited, and now they're about to sell 240 million US dollars on the open market. And it doesn't stop there. Germany also moves 750 BTC. The Fear and Greed Index yesterday was at 30 and today it's slightly higher at 46. We're going to head over to the charts and we're going to do a history lesson. We're going to go back in time and we're going to go to the monthly. In June 2022, we had a massive red candle. In this red candle, we went down from wick to wick. We went down 46%. The following month, we had a rise from wick to wick and we went up 29%. Tuesday, the 1st of June 2021, from wick to wick, we went down 30%. Followed by a bounce of 44%. Let's continue on this journey and find the next month in June. In June, we were right over here. On June 2020, we went down 13%, followed by a massive rise where we went from here to here and we went up 31%. Let's go back in time again and let's go to 2019. Now, where were you in 2019? BTC had a massive green candle from wick to wick on June the 19th and it went up 86%. BTC went down 25.55%, followed by a green candle in July and it went up from here to here and it went up 39%. There is an exception to the rule. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. There is one exception, and this exception is right here. In June 2023, we actually made a green candle. From wick to wick, we went up 26%, followed by July, where we went down. July is normally a bullish month for BTC. On average, out of the 5 data points, July has normally been a bullish period. If you combine all of the data, it goes up by 18% on average for July. Meanwhile, while everyone was panicking, while everyone was fearful, Mr. 100 has bought another 100 BTC at a price of 66,599. Mr. 100 has bought BTC, 100 BTC. He keeps buying hundreds of BTC at a time. That's why everyone calls him Mr. 100. He only buys 100 plus BTC at one single time. And the value is 4 million, another 4 million purchased, another 4 million purchased at 9 o'clock on the 25th of June. There is some speculation on who this individual is. Who does this wallet belong to? Arkham believes it belongs to Upbeat, Whereas some people believe it's an individual, a rumored billionaire from Qatar. Some people believe it's a nation state. But what we definitely do know is that Mr. 100 keeps buying the dips. If we zoom out and we really look at the BTC chart, BTC in 2040 could get to 5 million US dollars. This pain, this fear is just a blip in the chart. On the bright side, we have open interest. Open interest is back. Always happens in every bull market. It only makes the news when we're in a bull market, honestly. Like, open interest isn't even a thing during a bear market. And now it's a big thing. On the platform Deribit, the size of the impending BTC represents 40% of options on the open interest market. Over 25% of the options are set to expire in the money. In layman terms, derivatives is just a big gambling casino. Honestly, you just go there and you place your bets. You think the price is going to end up here by the end of the month, or you think the price is going to go there at the end of the month. So you got bears and bulls, and they predict, they place bets on where the price will go in the short term. And at the end of the month, those options expire. As simple as that. So what institutions do, they go onto the open market and they sell on the open market. They try to bring the BTC price down. Once they've done that, they hit their expiration date on the derivatives market, and therefore they make a massive profit. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they have an expiration date where they believe the price at the end of the month, so today is the 26th, so they believe that the price is going to be under, let's just say, under 63. Let's just say they have a price where they don't want it to go above. So they believe at the end of the month, it's going to be below 63,000. They will go onto the open market, move the price down, manipulate it and move the price down. Either they will go onto the open market and start selling. They will use media to scare folks and scare individuals. And therefore they have massive profits on the derivatives market. This happens in every bull market. So pay attention to the derivatives markets. Some major news from today and yesterday. Bitcoin miner Hunt 8 amasses 150 million to build AI infrastructure. This was very predictable, to be fair. A lot of these Bitcoin miners are trying to diversify away from BTC because the difficulty becomes harder and harder to mine BTC. There's going to be a stage where it's not going to be profitable. Now, there is a theory where they think the fees are going to be enough for these mining companies to make profits. But in actuality, it's not true. Why would they be trying to diversify? Of course, it's not true. Here are some of the mining stocks in BTC. The first one is Marathon Digital Holdings. Riot we have as well on the NASDAQ 100. We also have Bitfarms right here, Hive, Argo Blockchain, Iris, of course, and a few more like TerraWolf. A lot of these shares used to be a beta play to BTC. Bitfarm was definitely a beta play during the 2021 cycle. It went from the all-time low at 23 cents and it went up all the way to $9.60. It went up 40x, 4,053%. Right now, Bitfarm looks bullish. And at the moment, we've gone up from the previous low and we've gone up 856%. Bit Digital did similar. And in the 2021 cycle, it went up a whopping 8,547%. It went up 85x. And now it formed a higher low and we've gone up 770%. Currently, we're consolidating and soon, I believe, rather than later, we're going to break this previous all-time high. Iris, from the 2022 lows in December, we've gone up 1,219%. Unfortunately, TerraWolf didn't do any good. There was a big situation that happened during this period, and it caused a massive decline. It went down 98%. It's recovering, and we're going up at the moment. From here to here, we've gone up 762%. Some alpha for you guys. You can buy an ETF or you can buy BTC mining companies. You decide. Now let's compare these gains, and let's go head over and look at the BlackRock ETF. This is the monthly. Let's go on the daily, and this is BlackRock's BTC ETF. And from the all-time low till here to the all-time high, we went up 88%. Now remember, people are moving and allocating some of their pensions into IBIT. Sometimes they're moving 1% to 2% of their pension funds into this. Now imagine your pension fund you're holding, and it's gone up 88%, which is massive gains, huge gains. The S&P on average makes 7 to 9% on average returns, while this on its first few months has made a percentage gain of 88.49%. This is the power of BTC and crypto. I'll get into Ethereum later. Stay tuned. Number 2, Blast. Blast announces a new protocol governance, which is going to be bullish for the protocol. Governance tokens are not really the best, but they will give Blast a slight momentum to the protocol. Intrinsically, it is a good thing for the protocol, but it's just really semantics at the end of the day. It is an incentive for people to vote and have their opinions. It makes it more decentralized. Number 3, we have Stellar, and Stellar is now partnering with a Dutch bank. Toros joins Franklin Templeton, Wisdom Tree, and Circle in using Stellar for RWAs. Stellar has been building for a long time. Like, if you just go into their ecosystem, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked what kind of technology they're building. Like, I remember I was playing around with some stable coins, and these stable coins was from Brazil and the pesos. They even had stable coins, backed stable coins from African countries, Asian countries. There was a lot going on in Stellar. I think Stellar is a really underrated protocol. So whenever you have the chance, go into their ecosystem and just go delve into their ecosystem. You'll be pleasantly surprised. FYI, if you didn't know, Stellar is very similar to Ripple. Matter of fact, the co-founder of Ripple branched off. He left Ripple. He sold all his coins. I think he sold I think he had 2 billion, 5 billion US dollars worth of coins. It took him like 7 years to sell those coins, because you got to remember, in crypto is very illiquid. So imagine you're in an ATM machine and you have, for example, 100,000 US dollars, and you want to withdraw this 100,000 US dollars. But because the market is illiquid, you'll only be able to withdraw, for example, $5 or $10 every single day. And then the amount was, I believe, don't quote me, 7 billion or 5 billion. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we've got some bad news for Algorand holders and EOS holders. Tether is leaving that chain. It's bad news for Algorand holders and EOS holders. Sorry about that. Number 5, we have Dex Screener, and it's launching a meme coin launchpad called Moonshot. Meme coins flood Dex Screener's newly released Pump.Fun competitor Moonshot. Moonshot is a competitor of Pump.Fun. Pump.Fun had an enormous launch, a massive success story, and they're grossing 30 million US dollars every single day. This is revenue, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, Dex Screener wants some market share. I know a lot of you are going to get into meme coins. Just be careful. Be very careful in what you're doing. Yeah, there are certain ways to buy meme coins that are sensible, and there are horror stories.
I'm your favorite crypto influencer douchebag, and I'm going to post my wallet address online and call it a pre-sale. And look at this moron. First customer. You want in on this?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Like taking candy from a baby.
So when's the token launch, man? Hey man, what's the ticker? What about my money?
What an idiot. But is that his fault or mine? Your crypto, your responsibility.
Not again.
Number 5, we have 584 million outflows over the past week. Number 6, Ethereum's foundation mailing list gets leaked. Number 6, a second wave of ZK claims goes live. And last but not least, we have Mark Cuban, and he is selling his NFTs. This is really, really bad. This is really bad. He's been holding for a very, very long time. This is bad. What do you think? Honestly, what do you think? Do you think NFTs are ever going to come back? Or is it done now? Is it just meme coins now? Are we on a meme coin super cycle? Let me know. Crazy. Price targets. Currently at $60,780, and we're down 1.63%. We've managed to go back to this support line. Ideally, I want it to close above this support line. Once we close above this support line, it's pivotal that we close above that support line. Once that happens, we can go to these higher ranges at 63,000. Now remember, the open interest is going to expire in Friday, which means we're going to see a bounce on Friday. I believe 12 p.m., 1 p.m. GMT time. I remember the last cycle. I think it was like afternoon time. And then you're going to see a bounce. Mark my word. I've been here before. Ethereum price targets currently at $3,391, and we're down slightly 0.14%. At the moment, we've hit this support line. My support line, it kissed it at $3,291.84. We're heading higher to this area. We couldn't hold this as support. We hit it as resistance. I think we're going to continue higher, hopefully close above this resistance line. In trading, resistance and support lines, they intertwine. So a resistance can become a support, and a support can later on become a resistance. Right now, the support has now become resistance. If we confirm this trend line as resistance, we're heading down to this area. If we don't hold this area, of course, we're going to head down to my final target at $3,000 US. Ethereum's ETF is rumored to come out on the 2nd of July. So let's talk about this ETF. So let's ask ourselves, what is the yearly return on ETH? Every single year, let's just add up every single year. So let's say, for example, Ethereum's gone up by 56,000%. All right. But let's just say every year, what's the annual rate of return? In the first 6-month period, we had 47%. The first year, 76%. 5 years annualized return is 58%. Let's look at the compounding effect of Ethereum. So let's just say I hold Ethereum for the next 10 years at an annualized rate of 58%. In the last 5 years, we've gone up at an annualized rate of 58.33%. So let's very simple question. I've asked ChatGPT, what if I had 10K and it compounded every single year at 58%? What's the annualized return? 10 years later, how much would 10K be at a compounding interest of 58%? So if your investment compounded by 58% each year for 10 years, you would have approximately $1.1 million US. Now, don't go to the bank and say, Mr. Altcoin Era told me ETH is compounding at 58% every single year. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is dubious speculation, but But this is the power of crypto, and these gains are attainable. Let's go to the monthly, and let's go all the way back to 10 years ago, 2015. All right. Let's say you bought it at 81 cents. This is all dubious speculation. 81 cents, and it's gone up 645 million%. Imagine the compounding effect every single year. Probably goes up 250% every single year. Compounding. Let's just say you was young, or you didn't really know about crypto, or you didn't have the funds available, and you put in some money in 2017. It's gone up 66,000%. Okay, let's say you're just late to the party completely, and you came in 2020. The COVID crash, the pandemic, everything was going crazy. You're indoors, and you're like, you know what? I've got 10,000 lying around. Let me buy Ethereum. So you bought Ethereum at relatively low prices, and you bought it at $140, hypothetically speaking. It's gone up 3,558%. Now, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, for the next 10 years, let's say it goes to all the way to 2040. Where do you think the price will be? Where do you think Ethereum's price will be? And your compound, your pension could be compounding at a rate of 58%, hypothetically speaking. Let's even put it all the way down. Let's say it compounds 20% for the next 10 years. Now try 20%. There you go, 61,000. Your initial investment in your pension, let's say you put 1 or 2% or 5% or damn near the whole thing, it's gone up by 6x. 6x. This is the Bitcoin ETF tracker. Now it's very, very pivotal how you pick these ETFs, because their fees are very, very large. It compounds. The 1.5% seems trivial, but it does compound. So imagine in 10 to 15 years, you want to take out those funds. They're taking a fee every single year of 1.5%. Then there's smaller fees where it's 0.25, 0.25, 0.21. But you got to remember, these fees, these smaller fees have a drawback. If they give you smaller fees, that means the price of the ETF tends to be higher. I believe the most confluence is at this area. If it holds this area, we're due for a bounce. ADA. Price targets currently at 38 cents, and we're down slightly 0.79%. We're still at this area, and we're holding this area, but the RSI is really, really oversold. So I think we're definitely going to bounce very soon. I think we're going to break this resistance and form it as support at 40 cents, followed by another bounce to 43 cents. I don't think this bleed is over, unfortunately, for many of these altcoins. I think we're still going to have one last scare, and maybe go back to the accumulation range. And this might have just been a fake out, a massive fake out. I feel sorry for some participants that bought at these higher ranges, because we've already gone down from here to there. We've already gone down 55%. So commiserations to some of the participants that bought at these higher ranges. We do have some good news for ADA, to be fair. ADA unfazed by the failed DDoS attack targeting staked ADA. And no downtime was observed as the ADA developers managed to attack the attackers and take back some funds. There is no single point of failure for ADA. ADA is decentralized. It really is decentralized. A DDoS attack happens often to Solana, and Solana is very centralized. I think ADA is highly underrated. It's underrated. I think the market is definitely sleeping on ADA, and it's going to outperform. AVAX is currently at $26.32, and we're up 3.58%. We've made a head and shoulders, as you can see. We're broken this neckline, and now we're heading back to the scene of the crime. This isn't good, but this is just a dead cat bounce, and we're going to hit this resistance. Hopefully this head and shoulders doesn't play out. That's going to be great news. If it doesn't break out and this is actually just a fake out, then indeed we're definitely going to go up and reclaim these higher trend lines. We have XRP, and XRP is still consolidating. I really don't know what to say about XRP. I really don't know. I feel very sorry for some of the participants that hold XRP. Hopefully one day you get your time in the sun. DOT is currently at $5.82, and we're down slightly for the day, 0.22%. As you can see, there is a theme, and the theme is this: altcoins have stopped bleeding, whereas BTC is the one that's bleeding the most. It's down almost 2%, and the rest of the altcoin market is just slightly down by 0.5, 0.7, 0.8%. So most of the bleeding has stopped. Of course, we're in huge oversold territories, and we haven't seen these territories, these oversold conditions since 2021. Matic is currently at 55 cents, and we're down 2.04%. And we're at this support line. If we break down, it's going to be very bad news for Matic. Hopefully we hold this support line. But one rule of thumb is this: every time you hit this support line, it becomes weaker and weaker. And finally, mint layer. We're currently down 11%, and it's currently at 13 cents. Now, this just looks like a dead cat bounce. From here to here, we went up 50%, but it's just a dead cat bounce. That's all it is. We had dead cat bounces after dead cat bounces after dead cat bounces, as you can see, and we're heading lower, guys. Ultimately, for a reversal sign, we need to see something like this. We need to see a lot of boredom in the market. This is a perfect example of reversals. This right here is an excellent example of a accumulation period. This is what we need to see. Yeah, this is what we need to see. And once this happens, we can either go up or we can go down. That's it. This is an accumulation period. Anything else is just dead cat bounces after dead cat bounces. They'll step in and be like, oh, we formed a bottom. We're going to head up higher. So they'll jump in. For a brief moment, it goes up. And this momentum can't be sustained. Goes back down. Carries on. Then new other participants step back in. Oh, we're going to get... Nothing happens. Same thing. Again, we found a bottom. This is the actual bottom. The dip keeps dipping. This is the actual bottom, guys. Jump in. Oh, fire sale. Buy the dip, guys. Whatever. And therefore, the price goes up for a brief moment. And then again, we dump. The only time you see a change in the tide is when we have a deep consolidation period. Now, if you don't believe me, you can listen to Kathy Woods. She's an expert in the field.
This trading around, this trading range, you as a trader and investor, but as a trader also, understand that when you build a base like that, one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to break down, and that's what a lot of the bears have been betting on, and they've been throwing everything at it, or it's going to break out. Clearly, we believe is going to break out. And the longer the base, you say 5 years, the longer the base, the bigger the breakout. So we're really looking forward to that.
And finally, we have BTC dominance. This is the weekly chart. This is the daily chart. Now, as you can see, we broke this trend line. A lot of bulls would step back in and say, a lot of participants are going to say we're breaking down. We've had this many times. We broke down and it's reversed and gone back to this trend line. Broke down again, reversed. Broke down again, reversed. So this happens very often. We tether on this trend line for almost 2 years. We're going to go up higher to most likely 60%. That's it for now. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, join my private members, and wherever you are, good morning, good evening, good night. Peace.